Like, I can't explain to you how little this man knows about poker. You just have to experience it for yourself. I'm not trying to throw shots. I'm being genuine. This is my genuine assessment. Like, I know Brown Baller came out and said, like, oh, Nick is extremely talented. He's one of the best natural talents I've ever seen. Listen, after those first 6.5 hours of play, it's abundantly clear that he is just in a void, clicking buttons and praying that it all works out. So, like, to be called a scammer and a fraud by a person like that is not something I want to have to defend against, right? And the fact that somehow this loudmouth got a platform large enough for people to start rallying behind that cry, to me, is just like the biggest spit in the face and fuck you that the community could throw at me. So from my perspective, this is about one thing and one thing only: taking his fucking money. That's the only reason to agree to this. I don't care about anything else. And streaming is massively negative EV for my bottom line, because this coward immediately went to Daddy Doug and said, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Make me better, please. On day one, Nick said, look, man, I drink a lot of water. I pee a lot, so I need to take some breaks. I'm like, okay. Like, I was thinking to myself, like, yeah, man, 6.5 hours is a long time. Like, I drink a gallon of water plus a day. I'll probably want to hit the head a couple times myself, right? So I'm like, okay, you know, thinking in my head, like, within reason, that's fine. So we take 3 breaks on day one.
Which is kind of reasonable.
Totally reasonable.
That's reasonable, right?
Totally
once every
reasonable.
2 hours, it's just like playing a poker tournament.
Totally reasonable. So
right.
We take 3 breaks on day one. And on the first break, he goes to the bathroom, and I'm just kind of sitting there, and I was like, well, you know what? I should just go, because I don't want to be the one to prop up another break in like an hour.
Yeah.
So I walk in, I trail him like 5 minutes behind, and I walk in, and he and Ishan are like leaned up against the sink, and I literally, because the bathroom has like a corridor before you actually walk into it, you know, like most do for privacy's sake. So I can hear them already talking, and I'm like, Queen 6 suited, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like...
You could hear the laugh?
No, they weren't laughing. He was very serious. I was smashing at that point. I was up like 200 already. So I walk in, I just give them an eye roll and go and piss, and they like walk out and leave. So I text Landon, I was like, all right, we had our first break. Already had a secret meeting with the emotional support human in the bathroom. And then he took it from there. But day one, you know, went pretty smoothly. Awesome session for me. I was up 400 at the peak, ended up losing a big pot that, you know, went weird. With no one in the room but the 2 of us and the dealer, we don't speak. Like, he tries to generate small talk here and there, and I don't acknowledge it. Like, I don't want to fucking talk to this guy. I want nothing to do with this person. He's not a good person, in my opinion. I think his character is completely flawed. I think the people that... All you have to do is look to his outer circle, and I think that it's like no shock. This whole thing has become like this weird dog and pony show for the quote-unquote hustler family, where they're all rallying behind this guy who... you know, 6 months ago was trying to sell his watch for a buy-in, and now all of a sudden investment banking went really fucking well. Like, can we stop?
Yeah, bro folded a boat to Ethan.
Yeah, can we just like stop with all these bullshit narratives? Like, just say you want some fame and, like, you know, you found 5 million somewhere. Like, fine. Why is it? This is the other thing that's really bothersome to me. It's like, am I rolled to play 200, 400 with a 400 ante heads up, which is, you know, basically the equivalent of like maybe 3-6-ish? No, of course not. Like, that would take somewhere south of 10 million to be properly rolled for this. Am I rolled to play 100, 200, 20K buy-in? Yeah, I'll take 100% of myself, right? So it's like, did I sell for this match? Yeah, obviously. Did I sell enough? Probably not. I went pretty fucking aggro here. Like, we're trying to back it up. And I think that it's fine to take shots in these spots. But, like, are we really buying the narrative that this guy just has all of himself? Can you guys fucking quit it?
Right.
Can you stop shaming the 20-year pro who's just, like, you know, operating under proper bankroll restrictions and doing what you're supposed to do in order to lay off a little bit of risk in a spot that's highly volatile, and stop celebrating this clown who came out of the woodwork that was dead fucking broke 6 months ago and now suddenly has a bunch of money? It's like, guys... he is fucking backed, man. he's
Gotta be.
backed
100%.
or his parents gave him a bunch of fucking money. Either way, I don't care where it came from, but stop celebrating it like as if he's out there crushing the streets and fucking rolling around in some hedge fund making $5 or $6 million a year. It's like the guy was a goddamn junior intern. Let's not pretend like he's out here making fucking 8 figures a year. He's nobody. And we're making him somebody. And that's on everyone else. And if you want to make him somebody, God bless you. We all need a
saying
heal.
He's not Warren Buffett?
Yeah, shockingly, no. You could literally be a 26-year-old socialite from LA who 6 months ago barely had a 20K buy-in. Just start telling some fabricated story about being an investment banker who has tens of hundreds of millions of dollars, and people just buy it.
Yeah.
They just buy the fucking narrative. It's like, come on, man. We've all been around the block for... I've been in private games for 20 years.
I think it's more fun to buy it, right? It's more like...
Yeah.
You know?
No, this is
Right.
Lynn is a trust fund baby. You know, she just has infinite money from her parents. Like, we understand how all this fake shit works. She's been a tech investor since she was 17.
Startup investor,
my apologies. Literally on High Stakes Poker, her fucking profile says startup investor. Come the fuck on, people. What are we talking about here? Stop buying the scams.
She's retired now, by the way. She's a retired poker player.
How? How did these...
I'm a race car driver.
Yeah, that guy.
They call him the
race
tortoise.
car driver.
That's right.
It's just like, come on,
Slow and steady
man.
wins the race, especially in
Let's go.
NASCAR.
That's
Come
right.
on. What are we even doing out here? Like, Jesus Christ. And I'm the one who's getting called a scammer and a fraud. Like,
Yeah.
you know, when you play somebody heads up, there are adjustments that take place. And throughout enough hours, you're playing a different person by the end than you were playing by the beginning. I'm playing someone different every 25 minutes. Literally, like, things that were reliable 35 minutes ago are now suddenly being corrected. I honestly feel like I'm playing against a team.